All right, everybody. Welcome back into another episode of the Lesko podcast. Joined by Brett Cable once again to talk Penn State football. We're going to talk the video of Mauser and Clanton drinking beers at the stadium. I guess people were offended by it, of course. Kemon Spell and our position grades. So, Brett, welcome back in. How's it going?
Going good. How's everybody doing tonight?
So I'm going to play the video again so people can be offended again.
Yeah. Crazy.
I don't know why it's not playing. Yeah, and I have Roar Plus, so I'm going to have to watch it. Of course, it's not playing. Dude, what the heck?
It happens a lot. It just like glitches out or something.
But I just
What's up, Thomas? What's up, Greg?
I just played it like the last episode. So
yeah. Apparently not, Greg. Apparently not anyone, because I mean, I think it was most of probably some of the older fans that were upset about it.
I guess. Can you hear this okay? Hold on. Can you hear it?
A little bit, yeah.
Can you hear it?
Chug, chug, chug. Nah, I can't hear it anymore. Go. Just tosses it. You're speaking Jared's language, Thomas. Don't make him jump on.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I think it's awesome. People who are offended took the time out of protesting ICE to comment on this video.
Yeah.
So I guess they have some extra time. Dude, I think it's great, man. I think it's great. When I saw it, I was like, because I sent it to some guys, and I said, at first I didn't know who it was, and I was like, oh, that's our coaches, because I recognize Clanton. You know, Mauser, you can't recognize Mauser. He has a hat and glasses on. Clanton, you can definitely recognize. But yeah, I thought it was hilarious. And Landon did a video on it. Yep. We'll have to talk about that too. We played Northwestern on a Friday night. Yeah. But yeah,
which I'm fine with.
Hilarious, man. You know, I thought, because I asked Brett, I'm like, were they with recruits? Because there was a bunch of recruits there, and you don't think they were?
Not while they were drinking it. No, I mean there were recruits there, but I don't think they were. I didn't see any recruits next to them. Those were just students. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the kid in front of him could have given him a concussion. He was just hitting him on the head. Kudos to the coaches, also the state fans going shirtless. Yeah. So I don't know how that became a thing, but yeah, people go shirtless together and then they wave their. They were doing it in Indiana, but there was a school, I think it was A&M or something, that was doing it, and then Penn State kids were doing it. But yeah, I think it's cool that these coaches are like doing stuff like that, honestly, because it just shows that they get it. Like they're like the kids. Like I think that's going to help recruiting, honestly.
Yeah, Ryan Clan's 36 and Taylor Mauser, sorry, is 34, my age. So I mean,
They're
they're at
literally
that
our
age
age.
where they're under 40, which hasn't happened at Penn State in a long time to have coaches that young. Matt Campbell's what, 47 or 48. Matt Campbell's not going to be doing that. It's just he's got some younger guys with some energy and a little bit of swag to them. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I don't see any problem with it at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's a huge deal. I don't think it's bad.
No. Thought it was funny. I mean,
I think it's funny. I think it shows like, we're normal
having
people.
fun.
We're not acting like we're not normal people. Landon literally did a video on it, and the reason I clicked on Landon's video is because I thought that he was talking about all the ruckus about not getting bigger guys, which Brett said he hasn't seen a lot of negativity about the coaching staff. Chris, he's freaking out because we're not getting bigger guys, and that's fine. Chris has been on here talking about it, so it's not like anyone listening doesn't know that. But yeah. So, but besides that, I haven't seen anybody be like, yeah, they need to go get better guys. They need to go after bigger targets. I've given my thoughts on why I think they may not be doing that, but I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a bad time for them right now. They're just trying to get what fits them, and I'm sure they'll go after big targets that they want at some point for sure. That's my kind of final thoughts on it. So,
yeah, I don't see a problem with them wanting to have some fun on a Saturday. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, they're not robots. They're showing us that they're human beings, and what they're human being can have a beer. Like that's crazy, And I don't know. I don't think he told people record this, right? People were just recording it, and they were going to be themselves, and they're not going to do that while they're on the clock, like working. So they can do what they want off the clock, not working.
Yeah. So, Landon said too that the old staff you'd probably never see that.
No.
It was on Roar Plus. Roar Plus is something you pay for. It's something I have. It's cool. A lot of cool content on there, and I have to catch up. He interviewed Danton Lynn. They've got the hockey game coverage on there. So I guess the Danton Lynn interview, I don't know if it's free or not, but the Danton Lynn one I don't think is. But Brett shared a clip of it today, and I saw it too. But I think I think in every facet they're taking a total opposite approach because all the coaches and trickled down to the players, they were wound up so tight, man. No fun, no relaxation, no, like Drew said he was so mentally drained by Saturday. You could tell he was wound up tight during games. He looked scared. He would always look over at the sideline after a play. I mean, he did not look comfortable at all. So a couple coaches drinking beers in Beaver Stadium at a hockey game. That's the opposite of most likely the previous regime. And whatever they do that's not them is cool with me. So
yeah, exactly.
If that
sounds
means wearing,
oh, go for it. I was just gonna say that sounds gross, Thomas.
So, if that means wearing Oakleys on the sideline instead of aviators, wearing contacts instead of glasses, and then in your opening presser, not telling people you're going to blow up balloons at kids' birthday parties, then that's fine. So I think they're doing everything the opposite because it didn't work before. So I'm still not a Bud Light guy, never will be, because they did what they did with their stupid campaign. Yeah. But that certainly looks good for Bud Light, having two grown men do that. That are also,
that would have been a better commercial. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm never buying Bud Light ever again. But yeah, it is a pretty good beer. I'll say that. Modelo.
Never had.
I
Never
used
had
to
a
drink
Modelo.
I drank a lot of Natty when I was in school.
Mhm.
They didn't have White Claws and stuff back then, which I drink mainly just seltzers now. And liquor wise, I like some Fireball. Brett, he's 11 years sober, so Brett has no desire to drink.
No.
And
But when I did drink, IPAs is where it was at. Beast, Milwaukee's Best, along with Natty, was a very popular beer because it was cheap and got you drunk. Vodka was my thing, like Vodka Rebel, if I went out. But yeah, I couldn't. Could I went down a rough path, right? So that's it's not
yeah,
something I'm going to do anymore. Yep.
well, Kurt Signetti said, like, they did an interview with him. I think I shared it with you guys, but I said he said, I like a beer that's high in alcohol and it gets the job done quick and fast. He's efficient and calculated with his post-game beer. So of course he is. So so that's now that we're on that subject, I thought I'd bring that up too. But Brett and I have talked about it. He's not like uncomfortable talking about stuff like that. So
Not at all. Wear it on my sleeve.
otherwise, we wouldn't be talking about it. But
Yeah,
just in case any of
bottom.
you were wondering. But yeah, man, I at the end of the day, like I loved it. I thought it was great. They're not drinking in meetings. They're not drinking in class. They're not drinking with players. And I don't think they would do that, even though if you're of age, they probably could. Yeah, I don't know how people were offended. I don't understand. And Matt Campbell, they were also saying, Landon, that Matt Campbell doesn't seem like the type of guy that would do that. So Matt
Yeah, he
Campbell's like
wasn't.
the calm.
He's a quiet assassin, man. He's a quiet
Oh,
assassin. Yeah.
he's the calm, quiet leader.
Yeah.
That is just like letting his kids do their thing.
Yep.
So, because these guys are young, man, like they're our age, like they're
Yep.
young.
There you go.
The thing is, PSU isn't hurting for running backs. Got some good.
Exactly. Thomas Frank Carr, guys, described it perfectly. Mark, I sent it to you earlier.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it. Hold on.
Yep.
But we'll catch up here, guys, on the comments. Yeah. Michelle, what's up? Hold on.
And look, we got Kathy. Welcome in, Kathy.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you here.
It does suck that we lost Kemon, but Brett and I have said it. And in the past I called him a diva. Maybe that's the wrong word. I meant like and Brett said it too. He likes attention. He likes the attention. He's a kid.
He's got a big ego. Yeah, I mean it's fine to say. He does. Right.
Yeah, like kind of a diva, but he's a kid. Like I'm not trying to like insult the kid. We're not player bashers on this show, and that's not what I was doing. I'm just all right. Small fish in a big pond to Georgia. Maybe he'll probably transfer here, honestly, at some point. The one thing PSU is isn't hurting. Yeah. No Modelo, only Bud Light is crazy. Bud Light is good, or Modelo is great. Ever try Mechalata? It's beer and Bloody Mary mix.
That sounds disgusting. I'm sorry, but that just sounds terrible. That's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't imagine that being good. But what is
that's
Bloody
what I'm
Mary?
saying. Right?
Bloody Mary mix and vodka, right? That's what it is.
Bloody Mary's like that. It's like that tomato juice
and
flavoring
vodka, right?
with like hot sauce. Yeah, there's like a bunch of weird stuff.
And celery,
olives, everything that shouldn't mix together. Yeah.
But yeah, Milwaukee's Best. I don't think I've ever had that, but I was a big Crown. I can't drink vodka unless it's like top shelf and it's mixed. I can't drink vodka because drinking Crown Roos, that does damage. I imagine, and it makes you. It gives you PTSD. So
no Vladimir. I know a guy who had the Vladimir on his bicep. I know a guy with a Vladimir King tattooed on his bicep, which is diabolical, but yeah.
But just the sweet kind of Modelo, but no tequila either. I like Modelo. Mark and Brett, love listening to you. True Penn Staters. Appreciate the show. Thanks, Kathy. Yep. I don't think you've been
lady on the show.
Before. Yeah. Yep. Also, Devil's Backbone Vienna lager is a darker, sweeter comp to Yingling from Vienna. Okay. What's up, Michelle?
Is that Michelle?
I prefer Buzzball. Buzzballs. Yeah, I've heard of Buzzballs. Yeah. I've never had
Thanks,
them, but
Michelle.
I've heard of them. Beer coordinators shown that coaches are bros. Yeah. 3-2 Penn's nice. Kathy. There are many more flavors. They got orange, salt, and lime and mango. All right, Tito's. Like I know they're a little bit behind, but we got people on the alcohol now. But yeah, State Light is good too, guys. But Kemon, giving us a reason to drink if you do. Yeah, he's not coming to Penn State. He's going to Georgia. And I guess it, I guess it came down to reclassification is what Chris said on Big Ten Huddle. If he would have reclassified and could have, he would have come to Penn State, but he couldn't reclassify, so he went to Georgia. It is what it is. He's a great talent. I think he's going to transfer around, honestly, because I think that's kind of how he is. And he could come to Penn State someday. But I would come to Penn State if I was him. But that's my opinion. Yeah, ponies at the Skeller, Michelle. The Skeller was still a thing when I was in school. Now it's doggies. But the ponies, man, the ponies were like magical. Like they were better than they were just a beer, but they were still way better than just regular Rolling Rock for some reason. But here, bro, I'm gonna get lit if we keep talking about this.
Yeah.
Every time we make fun of Franklin, take a shot.
It's Twisted Tuesday, so go for it. Knock yourself out. Just be safe.
Yeah, he's gonna flip on National Signing Day. Yeah, he might. But yeah, it's
I'll flip twice before then. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I again, like he literally has changed his mind so much more than the wind changes direction. He's changed his mind, and again, like he could still to me, like he could still come to Penn State. He could.
We'll take him. I mean, we'll take
probably
him.
Transfer. Yeah. I'm not offended that he didn't come here. I think it's not a good decision.
It sucks, yeah. I mean, but we're gonna move on. We'll be fine.
Yeah, the first spent my 21st at the first. That was a lot of fun. Georgia has that fine system that's very strict. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think he's gonna float around.
Mark, I got kicked out of the brewery on my 23rd. I got kicked out. Yeah.
The brewery. That's what they have the ashtrays there, right? The brewery. Is that right?
The brewery's the one that's like in that alleyway. Now I can't think.
Yeah, it's under Canyon, Old Canyon.
Yeah, it was right there. So long story short, it's not bad, but
that was a fun.
It was my birthday. I was asking the guys, like, I was already toasted at this point. I'm like, do you guys have any birthday deals? He's like, what do you think this is, Chuck E. Cheese? So I got mad because I was drunk. I said, take it outside right now. I'm gonna beat the piss out of you, and they kicked me out. So. That was my 23rd birthday, guys.
Yeah, I remember walking out of the first. I was with friends, and I hugged a telephone pole.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I did. I thought it was a good idea. And then you know that statue there in front of Catabus? You know that statue is like holding an iPad?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was like my senior year. I'm walking with this girl I've seen at the time, and we're walking right past Cata. I don't know where we were. I can't remember, but I walked past the statue, and I thought he was one of those dudes that you see at the beach. That's like a statue. They paint themselves when they stand there. And then they have a guitar case in front of them. It was windy out. I took out $2 and put it on his iPad thinking he was like a real dude, and it blew away. So I was like chasing these dollar bills. That's how, we were out, having a good time. But we could do an episode just on
Khalil and Gabe
times in State College. We could all do that episode. My dad, I'm sure has some stories.
Oh, I bet. Well, Mark Senior, guys, he's a character.
Yeah, he's a quiet guy, but he knew how to have a good time.
Does he like his beer?
Yeah, I think they were I I think it was Milwaukee, Yingling. What else did they drink back in the day? Man, not Hennessy. No, it wasn't Hennessy, right?
Some type of like
Hennessy.
bourbon or whiskey or
No. It was beer. Hold on. No. I would have to ask him. Genesee. They always had Genesee beer. You remember Genesee? My grandfather always had Genesee in the fridge. Remember Genesee?
I don't remember that at all.
Might have been like a old timer beer, but yeah,
maybe, yeah.
Anyway, Kemon, Brett, like, what do you think about Kemon? We have not talked about it because he just announced it today. So what
2 days?
What do you think?
It was he announced it yesterday. Yeah, he announced it yesterday, but we took off yesterday. We did 3 episodes in a row before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we took off yesterday. Sorry, but
Yeah,
we have lives. No, but Kemon, yeah, I mean, I had a, you know, when you get that feeling in your gut, like you just have a bad feeling about something. It was starting to trend that way for Kemon for me, like just that feeling. Like he was on his visit, you know, in a story on Instagram. He said, "Go Dogs," and I told you, I commented, I was like, "Nah, Penn State is home." Or I said, "Nah," like I did the Nittany Lion emoji, and he just laughed at it. So I don't know. That I took that wrong, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't think he's. I think he's going to commit to Georgia." Like at that instant, I had that feeling. And the next day he committed to Georgia. So yeah, he could still come back to Penn State. Matt Campbell and the staff are they're not going to stop talking to the guy, right? They're going to try to talk to him, try to get him on campus. If they can get him on campus, you know, and try to close the deal, then that's certainly a possibility. But I think the fact that he might not reclassify is going to hurt us because, or at the same time, it might not because that gives us more time to try to push for a flip. So, if you're a Penn State fan and you know you're Matt Campbell and you're the head coach of Penn State, flipping season can happen at any time. So we'll flip. We flipped a couple guys already for this 2026 class, right? So some of them were at Iowa State, but we still flipped them. So yeah, I mean we could flip. We could flip Kemon Spell. My percentage of my prediction right now, I wouldn't say that we will, but I say it's really a 50-50, man. 40-60. 40-60, Penn State 40-60, Georgia. So I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to gauge. He's very talented. He's got a lot of eyes on him, and you know he's hasn't been able to make up his mind. He's saying he's making up his mind now, but we'll see. I don't know. That's all I really know about it.
Yeah. You know, I kind of I said what I said about him because I thought it was kind of a bad sign, like just because,
2 seconds. I'm on call. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. I thought just because he is talented, you know, the definition of a good talent, but maybe he's character-wise doesn't match. I just kind of have a bad feeling about him in the sense that I feel like he's going to be kind of floating around, like I think Evan said, and he's not going to be like totally committed to whatever school he goes to. So I do think if he did come to Penn State, he'd probably transfer out of Penn State at some point. I just feel like he might be that kind of player. So we'll see. You know, he committed to Georgia. We'll see how it plays out for him. He still could decommit and whatnot, but yeah, it's one of those things. He's one of those players, I think, that like they said, he'll float around, and I don't think he's going to stay totally committed to one school, one team, and he's going to I don't know. I just don't know how well his career is going to go. I think he's such a talented kid, and it's getting to his head that I don't know how it's going to affect his career. I feel like his career won't be as good as it could be because of kind of the way he's gone about things. So that's just I had a bad feeling about him. My mindset was if he comes here, cool. If not, maybe we're dodging a bullet. I don't know. But he's just, I think his career might suffer a bit because of the kind of the way he's going about it. Like, I think at the end of the day, I don't think his career is going to go as well as it could because of kind of the way he's going about it. I think he's being a little too attention grabbing. I mean, he's got one more year, man. Like, anything could happen, anything could happen with this kid, with any player. But he's such a talent, and I think it's gotten to his head, and I just think it will affect him. Ultimately, I think he could end up like being one of those players that is kind of a bust, if that's the right word, in college. Like, I just feel like he's so well known already that it could hurt him. I mean, Saquon was like a 3-star coming out of high school. Like, he was going to Rutgers. So people compare him to Saquon. Saquon wasn't a big recruit when he came to Penn State. So it's a different situation.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say football wise, I mean, I think he's going to be really good, but I'm saying like when it comes to character, like going to Georgia where people get arrested on the daily for driving, getting in fights, just anything you can name, people were getting arrested in Georgia because that college is a dumpster fire for criminal charges, right? So that's not the place to build your character. Seriously, like if he's already kind of wishy-washy and back and forth on things, like that's not the place he wants to go to build his character and become a nice young man. Not saying he's not a nice young man, but to become an adult and mature, that's not the place to go. For football, yeah, he could do just fine there. It's Georgia. They're a good program. They're a really solid program. So they got Kirby Smart. You could have played them.
Well, so before the whatever bowl it was, Ole Miss in Georgia, they were on the street. They were like, yelling at each other, barking back and forth, whatever. And like they're like, oh, they're standing off in the street. And I commented, well, at least they're not driving. So everyone's safe. But my God, dude, you're going to Georgia when like half your team has been arrested. Like literally like half your whole team has literally been arrested for something. So like you don't hear about that at Penn State, for example. Ohio State, you don't really hear about that. You don't really hear about that anywhere, to be honest with you. So top recruits like Spell got to prove themselves over again. Yeah, he's going to have to do it again next year. So that's the thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. But he made his decision. He went down to Georgia, in that show Painkillers on Netflix. They took that one dude, he had to approve of OxyContin, and they spent like a weekend in a hotel, and then he approved it, which they shouldn't have because that drug is insane. But that's basically what happened with Kemon. He went down, they made him an offer he couldn't refuse, and then he committed. So it is what it is. Penn State gave him everything. Chris said that Penn State gave him everything he wanted, and he still went to Georgia. So I don't get it, but it is what it is. So
for now, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Real quick, Mark. Breaking news: Stanley Montgomery, the Syracuse commit that visited over the past weekend, guys. He's a defensive lineman, defensive tackle, pretty solid player. He just decommitted from Syracuse. So welcome to Penn State, guys. I mean, that's what it's looking like.
We'll see. So he's going to move up too. He'll probably be a 4-star kid by the time he comes here. Not getting Spell on campus hurt. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But he had Georgia on his mind for a while. I mean,
maybe. Yeah. So he, he didn't come here. He's, we kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt, the snowstorm, all that. But I just think that ultimately it was a bad move on his part. It sucks that he didn't come because I was mad that he didn't come to Penn State. So combination of the snow, combination of maybe he was already thinking Georgia. But if a snowstorm was the reason we lost one of the greatest recruits we probably could have had, that really sucks. But if he wanted to come here, would have come here. That's it. So it is what it is. Yeah. It didn't help that we had that snowstorm. But then again, I don't know if he would have come anyway. But if he wanted to come here, he would have. Come here. He didn't, and that's it. So best of luck to him. That's all I have to say. You want to move on to grades?
Let's do it.
All right, so we're doing position grades, guys. We're not going to be on here long. But real quick, I wanted to talk about so we got two guys in the Super Bowl from Penn State.
Yep.
It is Chris Stoll. He was a long snapper for us. I remember him. And Caden Wallace. So
yep.
Those are two guys that are
Wallace.
playing in the Super Bowl. We got trolled last year because Penn State put up this horrible graphic. I think Franklin made it himself. And it said a Penn Stater has been in every Super Bowl except for 5. So a Penn Stater is once again, I think it's 16 straight Super Bowls that a Penn Stater has been in a Super Bowl.
That's still pretty sick. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know compared to other schools. Like, have other schools had that many guys in the Super Bowl? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't mean they're like necessarily huge contributors to the team, but they're on the team. So making the team in the NFL is, first of all, just being on a team in the NFL, let alone making it, is an accomplishment. Mike Kresovich, running back from Bald Eagle, played at Lock Haven. He was on the Jets. I don't think he was ever signed, but he was on the Jets. And he's one of the best athletes to ever come through Center County, hands down. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. He should be if he's not. But when my uncle was in high school back in the day, he would come and play scout running back against them. And my uncle could have played Division I football. Like, he was a huge guy. He ended up playing baseball. He's throwing like 90s in high school. But he used to come back and play scout team running back. And also, fun fact, the last person to win Gatorade National Player of the Year that was from Pennsylvania was Greg Paulson. That was my uncle's senior year. The next guy to win Gatorade National Player of the Year from Pennsylvania was Nick Singleton. So it was 30 years before another Pennsylvania player won National Gatorade Player of the Year. It was Greg Paulson back in '93, and then it was Nick Singleton. So that was I remember that because that was cool that we got the National Gatorade Player of the Year. And Rojas was also Gatorade Player of the Year for his state. And I think Drew was for Ohio, and then Nick was for Pennsylvania, and he was also the National Gatorade Player of the Year. But yeah, so grades, Brett, go ahead. Yeah, they should have.
Yep.
Snowmobiles.
Yeah, but that defeats the whole purpose of a visit on campus. Like, that doesn't make sense. We're not going to come at your beck and call because you couldn't make it. Like, that's that's stupid.
Yeah, I don't think you can go get them. Yeah, Brett's not saying your comment's stupid. He's just saying that. Well, I'm saying
if they did that, that would be. I don't
know. I think we're going to get some guys. Yeah, I think there's so many names, man. But yeah, grades wise, Brett, go ahead.
We'll start with offense. Yeah, start with offense. So I guess for how most people were doing it was the portal grade, or just do overall grade, or just, it doesn't matter how you want to do it.
And real quick, they will have hockey in Beaver Stadium again. They will have basketball in Beaver Stadium. They will have wrestling in Beaver Stadium. Wrestling will probably break the all-time records, even for football. So that will happen. I just want to throw that out there. I haven't heard anything, but I know it's going to happen. We're going to have wrestling, basketball, hockey, volleyball, they'll all be in Beaver Stadium, in the new stadium. They're going to have that type of stuff all the time now, and that is fantastic. So, but yeah,
especially once.
Yeah, overall, what's that?
Yeah, I was going to say, especially with updating the stadium, it's going to be even better
exactly.
for it once it's fully done.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know they wanted to upgrade it too for concerts and stuff like that. So
yeah, 100%.
They're going to make a lot of money off of it. But yeah, just give overall position grade, and then we'll do. I'll do the math for an overall grade.
Okay. So start with quarterback. I think quarterback, you go A- here. I think you could even give it an A, right? I'd say A- because Rocco Beck's he's a solid quarterback. He's good. My only concern, I guess, is just how does he heal from the surgeries, right? From his injuries. How's he doing? Is he able to play in spring ball, right? Like that's going to affect, just the growth of the offense in total. I like the backup Mansky, and it looks like Mansky's really going to be battling for QB2 spot because Barry from Newport News is coming in. So Connor Barry, the Division III quarterback, the lefty, he can run and he can sling it. So he's got that baseball thrown on him. So I'd say A-, maybe even an A. I just don't want to be over the top with it because we still have to see the production on the field. Obviously, these are just guesses, but yeah, I would say A- for quarterback. I feel pretty solid about it. B-. Yeah, that's not correct, but I don't know. You can delete your comment if you want.
Evan, yeah, he's a nice guy.
Correct. Yeah.
What is your name? Is it Ivan? How do you say your name?
Yeah,
I didn't know you were like in town.
But yeah, anyway, I've had trouble. Yeah.
If you see me, say what's up.
Yeah. QB is not a B-.
So B-.
Yeah, it's not. QB's an A-, and that makes perfect sense. We got two guys to battle for QB2 spot. Now, if Rocco Beck isn't healthy and he gets hurt, then we're in serious trouble, probably. Then it's probably like a C, C+. Just because it's unknown. We have no idea what you're going to get after that. You know what you're pretty much going to get with Rocco Beck. He makes plays happen. He's a baller. He throws back shoulders like no QB we've had before because we didn't throw back shoulders. He throws a very nice deep ball. Nobody that we've had recently threw a nice deep ball other than Drew Aller sometimes, but it wasn't consistent enough to like put him in that category. So, yeah, I'm going to go A- for quarterback. Those are my thoughts on it. What do you think?
Quarterback, I give it like a B+, B to a B+. Rocco's a solid pickup. He's a senior. He's a veteran. Definitely not a B-. I would not give them a B-, at lowest a B. But and then they brought in young guys too. And I only give it like in the B's because Rocco had some surgery and stuff like that. But yeah, I think he's going to be great. Yeah, I'd have to give him like a B+ for they brought in a veteran senior guy. Not a lot of teams that are rebuilding like us are able to do that, man. You're lucky to get a transfer portal quarterback that's decent, or a guy who's like a low, maybe a 2 or 3-star guy, maybe a 4-star guy, to stay or come to your team. But we got a veteran quarterback from Iowa State. I hope that the receivers work out for him, but it's a combination of Penn State and Iowa State together, plus some guys from other schools. So I give it a B+ because I think it's the fact that they got this senior kid and they brought in backups, a Division III guy or a Division II guy, and then the freshman Mansky. I mean, they built a room. So yeah, I give it a B+.
All right, yeah, I'll take that. It's Avon.
All right.
Avon,
yep. Just spelled differently.
Now we got it.
All right,
yeah,
Avon.
It'd be nice to see
say
you
what's
too.
up.
Yeah.
Say what's up if you see me in there. Because are you a student or something, or you go to Penn State? All right.
It still doesn't calculate to a B- math-wise, but yeah. That's
running
my
backs.
confusion on it. But Yeah, running. So real quick with Rocco Beck, like the floor, maybe the ceiling's not much higher than what we've seen on tape by him. But if you look at his 2023 season with good receiver play, not that the receiver play wasn't good last year, but he had NFL receivers. I mean, if
Hmm.
Brett Eskelson takes a jump, right? If he was only a sophomore last year, if he gets better receiver play with Kobe Howard and those guys, he could be very good. So I think the floor is high and the upside is still there, but it's a higher floor than what we've had. So I'm happy with it. Running back, I think running back is it's kind of a wild card just because we don't know exactly what we're gonna get. But I like the guys we got. I like James Peoples. I like Carson Hansen a lot. I like both of them. And none of the running backs we have are the same. They're all completely different. So that's what's nice. It's not like Nick and Fat Man different, but they can all do something a little bit different and bring something different to the table. Quentin Martin is your receiving back. He has very good vision. He can run through tackles. He's a big guy. He needs to put on a few more pounds still, weight wise, but he's fast. He's strong. He can bulldoze through a couple guys. James Peoples is built like Cam Wallace, right? So we still have Cam Wallace. So um, Carson Hansen 6'2", 220 or whatever. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, and I think we at this point we don't really know who's going to start. That's up for grabs this spring, guys. Like the running back room is completely shuffled. You think Carson Hansen's probably going to start, but they're going to play around the same amount of reps with like three running backs, with Carson and Hansen and Peoples and Quentin Martin. But you can even throw Cam Wallace in there, dude. Cam Wallace is a freak. He's got high athleticism. He's very fast. He's quick. He can jump. Obviously, he jumped over that guy. So if he's healthy and he's hungry, he's got to be hungry. He came back. He almost left. He's got something to prove. So I've always been a big Cam Wallace fan. So is Mark. So I'm hoping that he jumps in there and shakes things up. So I feel comfortable with four running backs really that you could throw out there on any given play really. So I'm giving some love to the running backs. I'm going to say with optimism a B plus. I would just say a B, like off of what we have, but I think with the upside, I think it's going to be a B plus. So.
Yeah. First of all, we have depth at running back, which is very important.
Exactly.
That's one thing they did. They have a ton of depth.
Yep.
We don't really know what we have, to be honest
Yep.
with you. And normally I would say, Cam Wallace, he jumped over a guy. It's one play. It's no big deal, but that was a big deal. It was a great play. That was the only time we saw him play all season because Frankie Boy wouldn't play him for whatever reason. And here's another thing too with the new staff. If you can play ball, you're going to play. If you show effort in practice, you're going to play because we have a coach that gets it. Okay, so Cam Wallace is going to play. Quentin Martin's going to play. Peoples is going to play. Hanson's going to play. Tyke Hayes, he transferred out.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Hanson, Peoples, Wallace, Martin, they're all going to play. So, Cam Wallace kind of reminds me of like a Miles Sanders type. He didn't play because he was behind Saquon Barkley. Cam Wallace didn't play because he had 2 5-star running backs in front of him, plus Quentin Martin.
And injuries, yeah.
And injuries, yeah. He snapped both of his ankles, I think, in the UCLA game, the game I was at, right?
He snapped one ankle very badly. It broke horribly.
I think
2 seasons ago.
That game. Oh, 2 seasons ago, right.
2 or 3 offensive linemen fell on, basically. Terrible blocking. Yeah. They just fell right on. Yep.
Yeah. So I give them, just because we don't know, I give them a B. Yeah. So that's what I give them.
Okay. So Thomas said B plus. Thomas, we're back on track, buddy. Welcome to the show.
Thomas is better.
That's better. I'll take that grade. B and B plus, because I said I could give it a B off of not knowing, but I think they're going to be good, so I'm saying B plus. I think that makes sense. Let's get moving. All right.
Tight ends. What do you think about tight ends?
Tight ends is an A, guys. I mean, I don't want to get too crazy with it, but tight ends is an A. You retain Intrapolier, by the way. Your tight end 1 from last season. Bulldozes people, blocks everybody into the ground. He's a very good receiving threat, gets yak yards after the catch. Benjamin Brahmer, dude, or Bramer, however you say it. That dude catches anything. I mean, watch this tape, guys. He goes up, pinpoints the ball, one-handed, two-handed, does not matter. He's going to be your Micah Suki red zone threat. He's definitely going to make it happen. And he's not fast, but he's faster than you would think for how big he is. He's pretty fluid with his route running. So I've actually was pretty impressed watching his route running. And then you got Gabe Burkle, it's probably tight end 3 on the roster. He's a good receiving threat. He can block too. He got hurt, so we have a lot of guys coming back from injury, so something we got to wait and see. Yeah, I'm excited about that. You still got Brian Kordovich as a redshirt freshman this year coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cooper Alexander was hurt last year at Iowa State. He was a redshirt freshman. So he's 6'6" or 6'5". They're all big guys. So he's going to come in, hopefully get prepped for next season or the year after. So it's an A. So.
Okay. Tight ends wise, we got Rap, which is huge. Who was the kid we were paying $1 million? Was that
Andrew Olish? He went to Oregon, yeah.
Yeah, that was insane that they're paying him $1 million. That's crazy. But anyway, Rapouillet, we got our second string guy, which is the 6'7" kid. I would have to give this is the group that I would give like a pretty high grade, but I'm still gonna go. I would have to go A, like A minus, A minus A, because again, we'll see what happens. Rapouillet, I think, will be our starter. But what the other kid? What's his name, Brett? The 6'7".
Benjamin Bramer is going to be tight end 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bramer, the backup, the 6'7" kid. I mean, we got a ton of tight ends. That's another group. We got a lot of depth. We got our Kortovich. So we got depth there too. I mean, the fact that they brought in so much depth. Again, does this roster ultimately mean a lot of wins? I don't know. I mean, they put a roster together. We got a ton of depth, but they're going to develop every single guy on the squad. So I give them an A. I'd probably give them an A minus just because we don't know totally what they're going to do yet. So, but we got.
I think they deserve an A, dude. I could have went A plus, but I slowed down. They're going to be good. You know what you're going to get out of Raffle. Yeah, he's not going to quit on any plays.
So. We have and he can block and everything too.
Yep.
But we have guys that have played, that have done well, and now they're all on the same team. So
yep. Let's do receiver.
So you gave him an A.
I gave him an A. Yep. Okay. They deserve an A. And I get the people in the chat saying A plus. Listen, like I'm there with you. I'm just giving it an A because we still have to see it happen. And the projection would probably be an A plus. I think they're going to be solid. So, yeah, it's the best trio combination in the country with Burkle and those two guys. You can't name a better trio. So that's actually a fact. So I agree with that. Let's get moving.
Offensive line. I give them an A because we have a 6'4" center. We have Donka. We have Donka, we have Cousins, we have our 6'4" center, we have Sexton, Ono. We brought in again. We got depth. We got good depth. Yeah. Combination of Iowa State, Western Michigan, and Penn State. Our O line is massive. Okay, Donka is going to be probably our best lineman, but they're going to develop all these guys so well that Donka could be as good as Donka is, and he'll get better. He could be just an average guy on this offensive line. They could all be good. Cooper Cousins is a freak. Our center's a freak. Sexton's going to be a huge addition. Ono.
Malachi
Goodman. I mean, Birchmeyer and Javen Williams left, which sucks, but Cooper Cousins stayed, man. Cooper Cousins is that dude. So I give him an A, 100%. I give him an A.
I'm going for offensive line because there's a lot of unknown. I'm going to give it a B. I think that's understandable. I think we can be solid, and I like Trevor Burr. I think is an underrated pickup for the interior from Iowa State. He looks pretty solid on tape. I like what I see in Brock Riker, but that was at Texas State, so there is a jump up in competition, right, for the Big Ten.
I thought
so. Yeah, Texas State, but no, you're good. And but I like what's there. It's just left tackle. Who's gonna take the throne, right? We know right tackle's gonna be Donka. Who's taking left tackle? Is it gonna be Malachi Goodman? He might get some snaps. Garrett Sexton. They brought a guy from Iowa State too. I forget his name. That's a complicated name. I'm gonna go be offensive line. So yeah, I
All
like it though.
three tight ends, you mean, are healthy?
I mean, there's no way to think that they're all gonna be hurt either. Like it's football. You don't know. But we got some good depth pieces in case one does get hurt. So we'll
Yeah,
be all right.
but he is right. The tight ends, they have had some injuries, so we'll see. Or are you talking about the tight ends or the O linemen? But yeah, the tight ends have had a history of injuries from Iowa State, but we got depth. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Between Brahmer and Rapp, we're in great shape. Rapp is the best tight end we had, and he came back. So,
Yep.
Would you give him
A B.
the O line?
Yeah, it's just a lot of unknown for me, man. Like I like who we have. Just got to see it come together. With Ryan Clinton, I think they're going to be solid, but there's just a lot of new. There's a lot of new. So
Yeah. All right. D line,
wide receiver, you skipped it.
wide receiver.
Yep. Want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wide receiver. If there's some unknown, like overall. The only thing I don't like is there's not a lot of depth. Like, yeah, we got a couple guys that stayed at Penn State, Lyric Samuel, Peter Gonzalez, right? Kobe Howard obviously is probably going to start in the slot. You got Keith Jones from Grambling State. I like what I see on tape from him. I think he's pretty explosive for being a 6'4" guy.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be a backup on the X receiver, along with Chase Sowell. Can Chase Sowell stay healthy? If one of those guys gets hurt, we're kind of in trouble. Like we might not be because somebody could emerge, but it would not feel good if somebody got hurt on the starting wide receiver. I think we should have got one more guy. I personally think they messed up a little bit in the portal on receiver. They should have got one more guy, and I'd feel comfortable. I'm going to go B- on the receivers just because there's not a lot of depth pieces that we know about that can emerge. So I like what we have there starting wise. I could go B plus mid-season. We could change the grade, right? We'll do this mid-season and give a mid-season grade. We can do that. But right now I'm going to go B minus just because it's unknown. We know Brett Eskelson's probably going to get better and be a dog, the white shadow. And then you got Chase Sowell, who's got to burst off the line that looks insane, but can he stay healthy? Because he got injured too last year. So a lot of unknown. I'm going to go B minus.
Yeah, I would go B minus. That's a good question. Yeah. We don't know, but that is a great question. I don't know. But anyway, I give him a B minus too. Kobe Howard is a freak, man. Like I love Kobe Howard. I think he's gonna be
very good this year.
C plus from Thomas. All right, Thomas. Kobe Howard is a freak. I think he's gonna be a great talent. Chris compares him more to a Parker Washington than a Jahan Dotson. I think he could be anybody, honestly. But Kobe Howard coming back again. The receiver we wanted to come back was Kobe Howard. He came back, and then combined with the other receivers, I don't know how they're going to do. I give them a B minus. I think that could hurt us, our wide receiver room, because we don't know what we have. It's going to come down to execution. We're going to run the ball because we have tons of running backs. We're going to utilize our tight ends, and I think the receivers really are going to be kind of a secondary option. But it's going to come down to execution and route running. Can you run your routes correctly? Yep. Can you execute the play? Catch the ball. That's it. You're going to be getting the ball thrown to you in all kinds of different ways, different directions. Over the head, back shoulder, slant routes to the chest, low throws, high throws, whatever it is. They're gonna see everything. So can they execute it? That's what it comes down to. But I give them a B minus. Yeah, 100%. Yep. So.
And Kathy, you're right. Better than the last 2 years, mainly because we have Noah Pauly guys. We have a real receiver coach who produces NFL wide receivers. So with Noah Pauly, anybody can emerge. Peter Gonzalez could come through. My only problem too, real quick, is we don't have many slot receivers. With Franklin, that's all we had was slot receivers. Now we have big-bodied X and Z receivers and not enough slot receivers. So God forbid Kobe Howard goes down. Who's playing in the slot? We really don't know. Brett
Yeah,
Eskelson probably.
that's the
Probably
thing.
Brett Eskelson, and then yeah. So that's the thing.
Last year we
Room was a
room
D.
wasn't.
It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't that bad overall. I mean, they got the guys going at the
The way
end.
they
But,
performed,
yeah.
I mean, but half of it was mental because
It
we
was
just had
coaching.
terrible coaching. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's better than the last 2 years. Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Not talent wise, but yeah, we don't have depth at receiver, which is, I think, if anything on the offensive side can hurt us, it's that. But all right, D line, Brett.
Yeah, I like defensive line. This is a tough one to grade because there's a lot of unknown on who's going to start. Obviously, we're going to play 4 defensive tackles, right? I think Kenia Williams, and I could even throw Blanding in there, man. I think Blanding could start. Like he's that good as a 3 tech or no 5 tech. No, a 3 tech. Yeah, he's that good as a 3 tech. So Ty Blanding, I think he could have a breakout year like a Zane Durant type of. Maybe not like the same type of Zane Durant vibes, but yeah, I mean, I like what we have. Defensive end, I like the starters. Kind of a concern on depth there. So that's the thing. Like we have Kemiju, Max Granville, hopefully if he's healthy enough, and Alex McPherson. He puts on 10 more pounds, we'll be good to go. After that, you really don't know who you're throwing out there. So that's a concern for me. I'm gonna go B minus for defensive line because of the depth on the outside. The inside, I like the depth. I like Armstrong Nodine or whatever his name is. He looks like a Zane Durant, very strong, bulldog looking guy. So I'm gonna go B minus.
Well, Ty Blanding is one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a 3 tech. I think he's played some 5 tech too. Like he can
Yeah.
play anywhere, man. And he's a big dude. Like, but oh man, lack of depth. We got a ton of big guys at D tackle. We'll see how it plays out. I think they just kind of threw some bodies in there. But I love the size of the D tackle. We averaged 6'4", 300 across the board. Last year at D tackle, we averaged less than 6'2", 270, which is pathetic. And again, it's not the kids, it's recruiting. Got a ton of size D tackle. We lack depth at defensive end, but we got good defensive ends. We got McPherson, we got Yvonne, we got Granville, we got Jackson Ford. I think Jackson Ford is going to see some time, but yeah, I'd have to give him a B minus too because, I mean, we just don't know what we're going to get. But I think we have guys that I like: Yvonne, Max Granville, McPherson. We got some good D tackles. Ty Blanding's one of my favorite. We got Liam Andrews back, and Jackson Ford is massive, and he's fast. So we'll see. I think it's an underrated group, but we have to give him a B minus. I mean, we can't give him higher than that. So
Thomas, you're out of your mind. He said C minus.
Yeah,
you're out of your mind. But
that's crazy, bro.
That's an atrocious grade. I there's unknown there, and there's some. They're gonna plug the Tony Rojas and them are gonna eat that up. Go ahead, plug the hole. They'll go and tackle. Like they're gonna do their job. The defensive tackles might not be super flashy, but they're going to do their job. So our linebackers, who are very good at tackling, by the way, I mean, overall, like when it comes to like running downhill. So, yeah, I don't think C minus makes any sense. No.
All right, linebacker.
Linebacker, I like what they did with Caleb Bacon. I think he's going to be solid. He's a big dude. If Tony Rojas is healthy and stays healthy. Now this is the thing, and I don't even want to say it, but if Tony Rojas were to go down, we would be screwed again. So Tony Rojas stays healthy, man. Caleb Bacon, Brazina's gonna be a backup. You got Alex Tash, you got Cam Smith, you got Abel is the other linebacker. He's probably going to see some time before Brazina. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a solid room overall. Not super athletic outside Tony Rojas, but guys who do their job. I think they're going to have a better defensive line in front of them than they had at Iowa State because they played a 3-down front because they didn't have a defensive line that had rushed the passer or did anything crazy. So, yeah, I think for the linebackers, I'm going to give it a B.
Yeah, and I guess we're mainly going to be running
4-2-5.
4-2-5 is mainly what we're going to be running, and Brett and I put this together. So we got Bacon and Rojas. That alone is enough for me. But we got linebackers, man. But yeah, if Rojas goes down, that's bad. But we also got Alex Tash. Him and Rojas both are pretty much hybrid, because I think Tash, man, he did play a bit of safety, or he played like some deep linebacker play. Like, he's an athlete too. So I would have to give the linebacker. What'd you give him?
I said a B, just because, like, if somebody gets hurt, you're young there. If somebody gets hurt, so
yeah. So
I could go B plus, but
yeah, I would have to either be B minus or B. I'll give him a B because of the addition of Bacon, and we got Rojas back, which is huge. We got Alex Tash back, which is huge. Alex Tash is underrated. He's a great player, so I'd have to give him a B. Defensive backs, we'll just go as a whole at defensive backs.
Defensive backs, a lot of upside guys, a lot of young guys. You got Darius Dixon coming in as a true sophomore. He's ready to feast, so I think he's going to have a good, solid year. You got AC, right? Davian Collins, shout out to AC. Solid, really nice guy. I think he's going to have a good year. He's really fast. He plays physical. He plays bigger than how big he is. So, good tackler too in space. I've seen him make some good tackles. So, coverage skills are solid. They could be a little better, but he's still learning. So, and then you got Jeremiah Cooper, very good coverage corner / safety hybrid. He's played both. Needs to learn how to tackle better. That's a problem, but that's what you have Marcus Neal Jr. for. Very solid tackler. He has a very low missed tackle rate. Not the best coverage guy, but they're not going to ask him to do a whole lot with that. He's going to be the box safety. So not like a Jair Brown tackler type of guy, but more like a Marcus Allen type of player. And then you got what's his name? Jameer Joseph. He's going to be a solid player for us. I like him. He's going to be really good at some point. And then you got our hidden gem guys. Vabu Torre. He's going to be a beast. I'm telling you. He shined in the bowl game. We're all big fans of Vabu Torre here. Give me an A. I'm going to go A here because I think it's a lot of depth. Yeah.
Yeah. With, just looking at this right now, Brett and I put this together. Darius Dixon, AC. We got Neal at safety, Cooper at safety. We got Zion Tracy.
Zion Tracy too, yep.
Yeah, we got Vabu Torre, Johnson Joseph, got Davis too. I mean, we got guys that can play. And I forget the exact breakdown of what On3 said the other day in terms of our defensive set. But McPherson, Granville, they're going to get a lot of time. Bacon, Rojas. We're going to get, a lot of rotation at defensive back. But McPherson's got to get a lot of playing time, I think.
Yeah.
And it's mainly going to be it's almost going to be like a Steelers type setup, almost like a 3-4 at times, 4-2-5. But they're going to have guys in the field at positions that you probably wouldn't think they would be at times, but it's going to fit. Like you'll have Yvonne almost at like an outside linebacker position. You'll have McPherson almost at outside linebacker position. You'll have an extra defensive back in there, stuff like that. But I'd have to give him a B plus because we got the additions. And again, we have our guys from last year, and our defense, ultimately came down to coaching, but it wasn't that good. And then, we got the additions of the Iowa State guys who are good. Cooper is the guy that I like. He was a top 10 portal guy overall. So that was a huge pickup too. Who will be the safety in the box?
Marcus
I think it's
Neal
going to
Jr.
be like, Yeah,
Marcus
it's going to be like,
Jr., yeah.
It's going to be Neal Jr. Cooper's going to be up there. They're going to have Zion Tracy up there too.
Well, I think Cooper, if he plays safety, which he probably will, he's going to be the free safety. And then strong safety would be Marcus Neal, right? So I think that's
they're going to
safety.
Yeah.
Box safety is the same saying really as strong safety, right? Or am I wrong?
Right.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So,
and
they're going to move guys around, yeah.
Thomas, do you mean like the strong safety, or do you mean like a nickel type? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I guess nickel. Nickel's different. Yeah.
Nickel's different.
So I think I said that right. We're gonna have Neal in the box. We're gonna have Vabu in the box.
Yeah. Those are
Who
your
else?
box guys.
Zion, Tracy probably too, but nickel
Yeah.
we're gonna have Tracy, probably Neal as well, and Vabu Tori are probably gonna be our nickel
Our
guys.
box.
So
Yeah. And then Jamison Patton, we didn't even think. So Jamison Patton's come back from injury. He's good in coverage too. So Jamison Patton and Jeremiah Cooper are your free safeties. So that's what I'm looking at right now. If that's what they're going to do. Thomas, did you mean a B as a whole with cornerbacks and safeties? Because I think B is a little low. I like it for B plus or an A for this. I think there's a lot of good depth. And they brought in Amarian Miller or Amarian Davis and Iben. They brought in those guys from the portal too for some depth pieces. The Boston College safety and the lengthy Syracuse cornerback. So they brought in those guys for depth pieces. So I mean, I like what we have there.
yeah, Thomas, when you said the box, did you mean strong safety?
Because I called it the box.
So
yeah,
the box is strong safeties and nickelbacks. I thought he meant nickelback position. That's what I thought he meant, but
I think it depends on what set they're in too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But in the box, it's either way, it's going to be Neal, Vabu, and Zion. That's who it's going to be. So
I know what he's saying. He said, I'll settle for B plus. I am very skeptical on our front four getting a rush. Yeah, we don't have a lot of depth. So I mean, we might have to blitz to get sacked. So that's the thing. If D'Antlin can get the nickel blitz going or whatever, right? Like a linebacker blitz, he's gonna have to cause some pressure like that, and he knows that. So he's a smart coach. So he's gonna do what he can to get the blitz package going. So our coverage guys aren't covering them for too long. So
yep. So overall, we have an 86 for the team, which fits because we got a B overall grade for the team. Yeah. Again, this roster has been put together, I think, very well, but I don't think this is a championship roster right now.
No, it's not.
But I think we're going to win some games. But the guys are going to develop, so anything is possible. But overall, our grade for the team is 86, which fits perfectly. B plus is just a random thing I put up because
we're almost there. 86 is close.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this before, so that's our grades overall of 86. Which, my God, like it could have been way worse. Yep. Franklin put us in a very tough spot. He quit on us, and we lost a lot of guys, and the life of our team was sucked out of us totally, man. Terry brought us back. So we're back. We're going to be fine. They're going to develop guys. A lot of this team is going to be in the development this offseason and throughout the season. That's that is what we are now, development. So whether we're a B or an A or a D right now, anything is possible because we have coaches who are going to coach and develop, and they drink beer at hockey games in Beaver Stadium. So we're in good shape.
The fact that we have Terry Smith and Matt Campbell, that puts us at a B plus. That puts us at an 88. Yeah, I mean that's 89. Yep.
Terry Smith is an A plus just by himself. Terry Smith is the man.
Yep.
Even with some of the clock management stuff like that, Terry Smith is the man. So put the Joe statue back up and put Terry Smith next to him. And then when Matt Campbell wins a natty, he's going up there too. And then they can have one of Franklin at the end of out in Lebrano Field, behind the pitcher's mound or something. I don't know.
We can grade the coaches quick. I mean, that's
Sure. Did you see my message, Brett?
Oh, crap. Sorry. All
right. So let's do the coaches next time, Brett.
We'll do the coaches next time, Kathy. We got to get getting ahead now here, but
yeah, I got to get going, guys. Sorry. We'll do the coaches next. That's actually a good idea. We'll do the coaches on the next episode. Brett and I are on here 9 days a week, roughly. So the next one
more than there are days. Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for Brett for coming on. Brett's dedicated. Like pretty much at this point, I'd be like, "Hey, Brett, you ready?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's go." And then like we don't even talk about it. And the nights we don't do it, like we just collectively telepathically are like, "Yeah, we're not doing one tonight." So but we didn't need to do one last night. We never do Monday nights. Did we do one last night? No.
We do them some Monday nights. There are some Mondays, but Tuesday night is a night that we always do it. So expect to see us Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, I'm just probably.
Yeah, Tuesday, Saturday are our main days all off season, but we get on here and we like doing it. So it's not like it's like work or anything. But
Friday
I'd say
nights
overall,
sometimes, Yep.
Thomas, you can't say overall 83 through 88. You can't give like a 5-point swing.
No, you can't. You got to give it a
you have
number.
to pick one number.
Yeah.
But based on your grades, Thomas, you're not even close to 88. You're like at a 70.
You're at a pessimist, like a 76. Dude.
Bro, you're at like a
you're
76
not,
with half those grades you gave.
Press conference tomorrow for football.
Yeah, I did not know that. Thanks, Michelle.
Really? Thanks, Michelle. We appreciate that. We'll
I should have updated the banner. I will for the next episode, but well, it's still like up to date, but we're playing Friday night Northwestern, which is awesome in the new stadium. I think it's their first game there. Press conference tomorrow. Thank you, Michelle, for football. February 13th. It is Ohio State versus Penn State wrestling at University Park. So beat
awesome
the Suckeyes, please. We will. We'll beat the piss out of them. But all right, guys. They have an Iowa State coach. That's why.
All right, Thomas.
I don't know, man, but you're still like a 76, dude. You gave C- to like 3 positions.
Yeah.
So
you're at a C- right
bro.
now.
You were almost at a D+ for like 3 positions.
To be honest, your takes in the beginning was a C-. You're you got better as the show came on.
Yeah,
as
Thomas, we're not doing progression grades here. We're doing one grade. It's an 86. That's ours. Yours is anywhere from 71 to 99. So did you Thomas, did you do the math on your grades? Like go through the comments and add your math up. I don't think it's close to an 88.
No, do the math and come back to us. Comment on the video when you're done on what it is, because it's not right.
It's easily in the 70s, man. Like it's like 76 at the most. Yeah. So all right, Thomas, thanks for commenting as always. Michelle, all of you guys, thank you.
Kathy, welcome in. Like and subscribe, guys, if you're new. Thanks for stopping in.
What's up. If you see me in the gym, you know what I look like. I don't know what you look like, so
it'll be different.
And if we see any dude, I saw a guy. Well, I told my Notre Dame story the one time when I was in the gym, but I saw this dude in the gym walking by me. I'm doing cardio. He's wearing a Notre Dame jacket, and I'm trying not to like laugh. And he looks so mad. I'm like, man, you're wearing a Notre Dame jacket in a gym in State College, and you don't look happy. That makes sense because you guys are absolutely atrocious. All right, guys, have a good night, and we will see you, later on tonight. Probably.
We are
Penn State.
Penn State.